Shawn, Sav, Moo. Hey, the three musketeers are here to help you guys out today. Decipher a lot of the craziness that's been going on in the industry lately. Some stuff in there that you haven't been privy to in your lifetime. And, we're going to address the frustrations of Brandel Chamblee. Now, I love Brandel for coming out with his book. I think that the observations that he made, and you've seen a lot of my videos in the past, really backing him up and validating what he came out with in his book. And one of the things that one of the players he's been very critical about lately is Jordan Spieth. Now, Jordan Spieth is like you. He plays to his backhand. So his left hand is his dominant hand, the one he throws with.
Right.
Now, Menashe, your strong hand is your left hand. So you're actually playing to your forehand like my wife, Nita.
Yeah.
And you're playing to your backhand like my left-handed swing. And so, and Riley likes to play on that side as well. So he's a backhander, as we call him. And there's so many of you out on tour. You got Sergio Garcia, Henrik Stenson, Ben Hogan, Mo Norman, Johnny Miller, Paul Lazinger. There's a whole bunch of professionals playing to their backhands. And there is no advantage either or. You just need to be on the side that suits you.
Yeah.
Now, Jordan is a backhander.
Yeah.
And he definitely has tendencies of a backhander. And one of the things that Brandel has been talking about is in his backswing, he has a tendency to allow that lead knee to move forward.
Right.
And what happens is that because the center of gravity of the body is sitting right here, the centermost point in your body where you have equal weight up and down, front to back and side to side, when that left knee slips forward, it pulls the center of gravity forward and toward the target. Now, on the downswing, the problem with that is you'll have a tendency to go too far past the ball. You'll go in front of the ball. Something that you guys have heard us talk about a lot, right?
Yeah.
So staying behind the ball, believe it or not, is not something you should be focused on. You know, you hear that a lot. I'm not staying behind the ball. I'm getting out in front of the ball. And one of the things that Jordan was doing extremely well, and from between 2015 and 2017, you used to hear him talk about his small targets. He used to say, small target, small mistake.
Right.
And that is exactly where he needs to go back to. Now, one of the exercises that I want to address, and is a very simple analogy slash task that we use, one of our tasks is the sword slash.
Right.
So if I had a sword in my lead hand, and that's my non-dominant hand, by the way, and I wanted to slash through a bamboo shoot, I would gather, I'd be turning my whole backside behind that bamboo shoot, and then I want to use the weight of my arm sword unit to slash through.
Yeah.
So if I don't gather enough, then I'll have a tendency to get all bunched up.
Yeah.
And what happens when I resist, if I'm trying to resist with my lower body, which is a big mistake, and that's one of the things that you really need to listen to Brandel Chamblee on, and Lucas Wald, and George Gankis, and myself, and Jack Nicklaus. We used to teach properly as far as this is concerned. So we want that lead knee, and we want to be able to turn the whole backside. The whole backside includes your butt, your posterior, your pelvis. So the pelvis and rib cage move together. Bless you. Now, one of the things that you do incredibly well, and by the way, we were just hitting some drivers and Savvy went past the 106 miles per hour mark. Now, I don't know about you, I was just looking at some stats on the LPGA, and from 2018, there were only 4 girls, above 100 miles per hour. So, and they were 104, 105. You're at 106. Now, I'm sure 2019 or 2020, you're going to have a few more in there. So maybe the top 10. So you're top 10 as far as clubhead speed right now. How do you do it? Well, let's look at your backswing for a second. So show me that drill we just talked about with the sword. Turn your club upside down. Right? Gather. Very nice. So we won't talk about the release just yet because that's something that Menashe is working on, and I want to keep that juicy stuff for you, buddy. So, but if you look at now, take your backswing and your golf swing and go to the top and stop. Okay. Jordan, here's where it is for you, okay? And this is what Brandel Chamblee is trying to talk to you about. This knee, when it rotates inwards, it prevents you from going forward, number one. Number two, that knee that you just allowed to rotate behind the ball now is going to give you more rotational momentum to go that way. Rotational momentum is what's going to help you get out of the way without you having to move forward.
Yeah.
So now you're behind the ball and you can stay easily behind the ball and you won't feel the need to help yourself get some club head speed.
Right.
So you will get way more club head speed with way less effort, one.
Yeah.
You're going to stay a heck of a lot more centered, two. You'll be able to stay with your target because you're staying more centered. And you'll go back to small target, small mistakes, and more distance, less effort. Win, win, win. That's what we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're getting right now. So let's see you hit a couple of shots. We got the 6-iron. We got the green at 190 yards. Very nice. Thin to win. So very, very tight insofar as your dispersion is concerned, but that was a little bit thin at the bottom of the swing, right?
Yeah.
So what was your focus?
Just using heavy momentum.
In what direction?
Gotta go that way.
Excellent. Yeah, look at that. How did that feel?
Better. Still a little bit thin, but that was better.
Way better. Now you're looking at, tap in birdie at 190 yards. That's what you call a good miss. So that was 176 carry, 90 miles an hour club head speed with a 6-iron.
Yeah.
So when you gather that range of motion, now you have that returning momentum, and it's easy for you to stay behind the ball. So you notice, if we look at those two shots, that last shot there was a foot offline, and the previous shot was about 7 feet offline to the left. So those are gosh darn accurate when it comes to a 6-iron. Okay? Menashe, come on in here now. Okay. So let's see you perform that task with the sword. That's your non-dominant arm, right?
Right, yeah.
And one of the things that you tend to do in not completing your backswing, because when we're hitting the draw, is at the top of the backswing, you didn't realize, that was last week, you didn't realize that the top of the backswing didn't fit your picture.
Yeah.
You were laid off. We call that laid off. So if you look at over here, if I'm trying to go to the right of my intermediate point, I won't be able to do it from that position. But from over here, no problem at all.
Yeah.
Exactly. So let's see you turn your backside to the target and give it a nice release. Okay. Now, do you remember those last two swings you made?
Yeah.
You let go of the club in your follow through. Yeah. Rewind those two, and you'll notice at the finish, the club was prying out of your hands. Okay. Why? Remember that?
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, now do that again and hold your finish, please. Okay. Right there. So notice how that arm folded out of the way and you didn't let go. Yeah. Every digit is securely wrapped around the shaft of that club. Notice how it rehinged on that anatomical snuff box.
Yeah, it did.
So from there, you could easily slash in that direction, couldn't you?
Yeah.
There, now, where did it release there? You feel how the weight of the shaft turned your left hand over, or pardon me, your right hand over here, right?
Snap the momentum.
And didn't it rehinge on that snuff box?
Yeah.
Release it through.
Okay.
Yes. Release it back. There it is. Now we're talking. Yeah. So put both hands on the club. Okay. Do one swing over the ball. Observe the blur of the club as it passes over the ball, and you want it to go left edge of that intermediate point. Did you feel that same release?
Not really, not yet.
There we go. So at address, and here's the key, you're getting ready to use the weight of your arm sword unit to release you in the direction you want to start the ball.
Right.
So if you don't complete the backswing, if that lead knee were to jet out here and you weren't able to finish that backswing, you would feel the need to help it get way out in front of the ball. Then you'd have to reach back or block it way left. So that's why the accuracy is lacking right now in Jordan's game, because he's not getting behind the ball, not being able to stay centered. If you're centered and balanced, your contact will improve, your direction will improve, the spray patterns are going to improve dramatically.
Right.
How do you stay behind the ball? Your ability to stay with your target. So when Jordan starts to go back to, I'm going that way with that feel, he'll come back to his winning ways. Okay? So let's see a couple shots. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Come on.
That's a beauty.
So easy 6-iron, 185 carry, 190 total.
There we go.
Thank you for, appreciate that.
No problem.
So let me show you a behind version, right-handed, so you see from behind me what that backswing is going to look like. All right, got my machine lined up, got my intermediate point. Boom, there's the draw. That felt super, super solid. So, huge turn behind the ball, nice rotational momentum. That's what, and that rotational momentum, as I'm coming through, this going back is what catapults the arms out towards the target. And that is what's going to get you that all precious lag and that explosion through the ball and in the direction you want to start it. So hope you enjoyed that. Moo, Sav, thank you very much.
Anytime.
See you in the next one.